Ambassador, My American Journey. My book shares with the reader key elements of my American journey. The early pages talk about the happy memories of my childhood in Cuba, followed by my difficult arrival in the United States as a 15-year-old refugee with no money, no family, and no knowledge of the English language. I recount my struggles along the way, times of loneliness and despair, living in an abusive orphanage, and the transformational pain of being away from my loving family, learning English and adapting to cultural differences, sharing with the reader how in those early years I overcame real and imagined barriers. I recall the many strangers that helped me along the way and describe my successful banking career, where I learned to deal with endless work-related changes. I also speak of my term as chairman of the Board of Regents of the University of Houston system and other civic activities. I briefly mention the honor of receiving honorary doctorate degrees from 3 prestigious universities and the distinction of receiving the highest civilian awards from several countries. In the second half, I tell the reader about my 8 years of service in President Bush's administration, including my time as the first ever head of immigration services in the Department of Homeland Security and serving 4 years as the US Ambassador to the Kingdom of Spain and the Principality of Andorra. My book proudly covers my personal, corporate, and public service achievements, but more importantly, it shares with the reader how I was able to overcome many obstacles, and in the process, how I learned to survive, adapt, and thrive. Through my book, I wish to share with the millions of my fellow immigrants, constantly arriving to the United States from all corners of the world, that we all live in a nation of opportunities, where hard work and dedication can overcome what may seem like insurmountable obstacles. That in America, lofty dreams can and often do come true. I've tried to highlight to the reader my belief that only in America, my adopted country, I was able to find liberty, and in pursuing happiness, I found it. By naming me to 3 Senate-confirmed senior-level positions in his administration, President Bush took a chance and underscored the fact that in the United States there should never be second-class citizens. Native-born or naturalized, we should have the same rights and shoulder the same responsibilities. We live in a country where there are no barriers to what an individual can accomplish. I believe that often the most difficult barriers are indeed really within us. At the very beginning of my book, I share with the reader an intimate conversation with President Bush in the White House's Oval Office, just prior to leaving Washington, D.C. for Madrid, Spain, to assume my new job as U.S. Ambassador. Then I share details of my elaborate presentation of credentials to Spain's King Juan Carlos I and the contrasting memories of my troubled times as a 15-year-old refugee. Mine has been a remarkable journey. God bless America.